Hey, what is going on, Heavy Pour Sports? Late Night Takes Live. We got part of the crew on here.
Oh, hi, AB.
Yeah, I'm glad he let me in.
I thought you had your daughter at a game.
Oh yeah, no, I
just
was.
a little bit.
We got back. It was
Whoa.
kind of ugly. Why am I so?
Look, I got my earrings in, guys. I got them in.
What?
Yeah. Why am I so close?
Yeah.
Thank you,
I
Randall.
know. I was all of a sudden like,
We got two that are like, we'll make it work. But yeah, how's everybody doing? BB, Paige, thanks for joining us. BB, it's been a minute. I don't think you've been on since the fight night.
No, haven't done it since the Crawford night, but that was a lot of fun. So I'm glad to be back. Thanks for having me.
That was a long ass show.
Hey, it was like 3.5 hours. I think it's the longest stream we've ever done on any show. That was long.
it was a long. We were like, all right, next fight's up, and then we're like, nope, still got a co-main, but it was a good night.
Yeah. It was good. Yeah,
especially when the dude you wanted to win. Paige, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
This Tennessee win, it was nice to not have to have like anxiety during a basketball game. But now it's slowly starting to creep up as we have Florida going. Selena,
Yeah.
since the watch along, how have you been? Still riding the high?
Good. Yeah. I still yeah. And then the journey dropped today, right? So that's even better. And it was so good. And we also had the back behind the scenes things dropping in April. That I'm like, I can't wait to watch.
That Kentucky Confidential was hard. That
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was intense.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I have not.
I'm so excited to watch that.
I have not watched
it
yet. I reposted it, but yeah, I imagine. I think UK admin knew what they were doing when they titled it "It's What's in Them." I think they knew what they were doing. A little pause, but AB, how you doing, man? You just watched that as you got to watch Mikael Brown drop 45. Was that right? Did I get that right?
Yeah,
45 on NC State.
Yep. Yeah, ACC freshman record. I think he tied that one, and then he broke the freshman record for Louisville. It's been up for 40 years now, I guess. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, he went off.
I'd have never had. I wonder what was Donovan Mitchell's highest game. You probably don't know off the top of your head, but I would think he had at least 33 piece while he was there.
The record, you'd be surprised. Donovan, I mean,
he didn't score that hard in college.
Yeah, he didn't score that hard. I remember him because he was like a mid-teens. He'd get up in the 20s every now and then. But I distinctly remember when he came out after his junior year and didn't stay for his senior year. I was one of the group that was like way too early, not going to work out for him, and then he made me look like an idiot, and he's been destroying the NBA ever since. But yeah, the record was 32, I believe. LeBradford Smith.
Way back 25 in college is nuts. Like to score 45, that's an insane accomplishment. It's a shorter game. You don't see that very often. That's an incredible performance.
Well, and Conwell dropped 32 in the same game.
Woo.
Yeah.
NC State forgot to guard those people, apparently.
It was unreal.
They said it was optional.
Yeah, J-Will was announcing the game, and every time they went underneath the screen, he was just losing his mind on the sideline. He's like, "You've been doing this all game long. I do not understand why you keep giving them 10 feet of space behind the three-point line."
I feel like UK fans have yelled that a bunch. We yelled that at Tennessee because they kept leaving Amen open in the corners or on the wings.
Yeah,
and we're like, "What are we doing? Why? He's hit 3 of them. Why is he wide open?"
Yeah, Nate Emmett was on his way to having a career game, and luckily that game plan changed. And I think the juice ran out of the young buck, but he definitely is starting to kind of figure it out. Let's start there. So we haven't really got to recap the Tennessee game, but all the the videos have come out. You talk about the journey. Pope did an interview. Who is that with? Pope did an interview. I reposted it. He was talking about.
Was the photo 68?
It might have been them. I forget. But anyways, he did an interview talking about kind of his philosophy and where they've been at for the season, and then also Karen Mills did an interview with Aaron Torres, which was kind of a nice peek behind the curtain. And if you haven't watched it, the clip that one. When I don't sleep a lot. I have trouble sleeping. So around like midnight, I'm looking for things to watch. Aaron Torres podcast popped up with Karen Mills show before. So I'm like, let's watch it. And then he starts digging into and there's this one media person who we clearly have our eyes on that was talking a bunch of stuff on Coach Pope and how he can't do this anymore. And then dunked on an unnamed individual, but there's not too many names out there that you can figure it out relatively quickly. And then you talked about the CBS. CBS is doing a documentary on Paramount.
Yeah, Paramount Plus is where it'll be. CBS and Paramount Plus. Yeah.
And there was a clip about from Otega Owe where he was talking about like all these crazy social media narratives where he's like me fighting dudes. It was just in a short amount of time. There was a lot of hey, these dudes, the players, coaches, the reporters, the dudes that were calling the games and they're seeing it all, and they're all laughing at you like you have no idea what's truly going on. Yeah. It was a cool little peek behind the curtain. But getting to the game, BB, you watched? How much of the game did you watch? The full thing? Recap?
I watched the whole thing. I watched the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay, so first half, how did you feel? The Tennessee fans on the show were not a good spot. They had just seen their team 17-point lead at home. So they didn't feel comfortable. I got to be honest. Selena knows Rick Barnes has seen this song and dance once before. I didn't feel good at all. The way we were letting Mehmet play, and I was like, you can't let him get comfortable and have a career night. And he was on his way to it, like I said. And then the second half happened, and I was already like right back in. Like, why did I even doubt Pope? He's the dude. Like he adjusts. What did you see in the first half and the transition to the second half?
Literally, it was just like that.
Selena can attest. Like I said in the first half, I thought they'd be fine. I thought that Tennessee made an abnormal amount of shots, some tough shots, and going into the ball screens. I felt like that was a fixable thing, and they did. Amen's a freshman, and he's going to play well, but he's going to make he's 18 years old, man. If that. I don't know. Some of these kids are like 17 sometimes. But I wasn't worried. But it's a little easier for me to not be as stressed about it being like, not in the trenches like you guys are. Like for me, Utah State, as Selena could tell you, when Utah State's down 4, I'm like, oh, we're the worst team in the world. We're gonna lose
literally. He's like, we're done. We're all four horrible. We're done. I'm like, yo, just chill.
But no, objectively speaking, like this is the thing. I think the thing with Kentucky is that it's the way they get down. And they've obviously come back a bunch, but I think if they hadn't lost that Vanderbilt game by 25 or whatever it was, or 35, I don't remember how much they lost, but like the way they've lost some games, the narrative would be totally different. We're playing for first place on Saturday. Like, come on now. Like it's 8 of 9. You're in the first place in the SEC. I mean, come on. Like with down 3 starters, I mean, you can't really sweat Tennessee again. I mean, I don't see, there's 6-6 in quad 1. The one quad 2 loss is to Missouri, but other than that, they haven't lost a game. But they've rallied to. I don't think there's that many. I think there's like 4 teams that have more quad 1 wins or equal to Kentucky in the country right now. So, I mean, I felt good about it, and I felt like they'd make a comeback. I'm a big Colin Chandler guy. Utah boys stick together. So, Captain Clutch came in and hit.
The narrative around him has changed drastically over the last month.
He had drastic. Well, and rightfully so. I think he's played his way out of. He had a little bit of a slump there, but I mean, the kid's got all the athleticism in the world. Hits the biggest shots at the biggest time. He did miss that free throw though. I was a little disappointed in that. I mean, Diabate getting the big rebound, but no. I mean,
we'll talk about. Thank God for Mo Diabate because that.
It'd have been close.
Great story.
Yeah, that rebound was crazy. The way he just snatched it.
So no, I felt good about it in the first half. I felt like it wasn't too big of a deal. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you had it counted. I was tore up that first half. I was tore up. Paige,
oh my God,
you watched the game. I know you're in and out. You don't watch full games.
Nope.
She didn't watch the game.
I can't. I was watching you all, and then I watched very little of it, and then I had to dip out, and I went to the kitchen. Well, I'm big on my superstitions, and I was not wearing my sweatshirt, and so I timed out, put on my Kentucky sweatshirt, went to the kitchen, and I just set up a table and watched it I watched the play-by-play on ESPN because I couldn't do it, and I just ducked down in my sweatshirt and I had Joel yell across the room to tell me what was going on because I can't. Every time I watch it, it's terrible. So I just, dipped out. I said I'll recap it later.
I don't know how you watch it from the ESPN app game.
Come on
day.
now.
I would lose my mind.
I just watched.
Goodness.
Oh, I was so mad because I'm watching
You like
the
watch that
play-by-plays.
little ball, like you watch that little
Roll
ball
up.
leaving.
Yes,
That's
what
well,
I'm watching.
I'm just watching.
Oh no!
No, I was just watching the words pop up. So every moment I'm like reading, and it's like miss 3, miss layup, and I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we missing these? Like not having any
This is
context.
inexcusable. You can't if you're not.
I can't.
Listen.
Let me tell
if
you.
it's resulting in
Hold on.
wins, if it's resulting in wins, you keep doing it.
Oh,
Let me
Lord.
tell you my track record with
Brayden
it.
is literally in shock right now.
The 2
Watching Game
games, I
Tracker
think
is wild.
I can't watch the games. I couldn't even watch them
Like you
talking
can watch the
about
Game
it.
Tracker.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
feel like that's more stressful than watching the
That's
actual
way more
game.
stressful.
It
Yeah.
was.
You're like,
It was.
To be
It's
fair,
about-
to be fair,
This is
we usually
outrageous.
play Fortnite while she does this, and she
Mhm.
updates me if we don't have a watch along because we're too
What
scared
are
to watch
you?
the
What,
games.
wait. Are you not watching the games?
No,
I do
not
during watch
sometimes.
alongs, but I did in the LSU game because we were losing, so I had to turn off. I was so
Oh my
nervous.
What is this?
And
Shit?
then-
What are we
Y'all
doing
And then
here,
listen,
Rando?
listen.
No.
So-
I watched every second of every Kentucky game this year, and like this is
I
insanity.
can't.
What are we doing here?
So listen,
I don't-
so we're on Fortnite, and Joel is texting her, and she's telling me what's happening, and then she's like, "We won! What?"
Yeah, you know what? You don't ever watch that Malachi Moreno buzzer beater again. You don't deserve
See,
it. You weren't there for the whole thing.
Let
I'm
me
with
tell you
Misty in
though,
the comments. Go ahead. I just
My-
I got
my track record, it just proves it. Like LSU, I was watching it till halftime. I quit. The first Tennessee game, I was listening to it on my earphones while I was cleaning, so I had something to do that night. I quit at halftime. I turned it off. I said, I'm not doing it no more. It's just like every time I watch it is, you know who watched the whole Vandy game? Me.
oh.
It was my fault we lost.
I bet you
So
that
I
it's still
said,
one. had
you know
you
what? I'm like, that's fine.
We all have our things. I
No,
don't
fair
want
enough.
us to lose. I don't want us to lose. But since we've done the watch
You gotta
alongs,
watch
we
it
got that
close.
one win. I have worn the same outfit, right? And it has not been washed. And it
That's-
needs to get washed.
You are
It
nasty.
needs to get
Y'all
washed. I told
know.
you.
You are
I changed.
nasty.
I'd said it before. I changed the drawers. Like we get new skivvies, right? We're getting new skivvies, but the shirt, and I'm out here in the garage. That thing's getting funky, man. Like it's starting to get some
Oh,
OD
no.
to it, right? Yeah.
Good
So
Lord.
Florida, we'll talk about how we feel about that game. Florida might be the game. It might actually get washed. We'll see how it goes. They're looking pretty tough. But AB, did you catch any of the game? I know. It was
man,
there.
we were
T-
running.
T-
Yeah, we
he
were
dipped
running
out
around.
real
I
quick.
didn't- Yeah,
He was
I just saw. I mean, obviously the group chat was blowing up, and then it got real silent, and I was like, okay, somebody's feelings are hurt because no one's talking anymore. And then Selena was the first one to put something back in there, and I was like, oh no! And I pulled up the ESPN app, and I'm like, because I checked it because we were running back and forth from baseball, and when I checked it, I think y'all were down like 14 or something like that, and then I just didn't
Halftime,
have time
yeah.
to pull it back up. And then it just got real silent, and I was like, "Oh man, something's happening. I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but it ain't good for
I wa-
somebody."
I
was
think T talked
concerned.
for like 3 days, and then the group
I was gonna
chat.
say, prayers
I
up
didn't
for
hear from
and
T
Hannah.
until I didn't hear from T until Wednesday when he dropped
Yeah.
some news that he got some inside information for
Yeah.
the Tennessee thing. He was super excited from it, so he texted me the information. He's like, "Hey, I can't really talk about it too much, but this is pretty cool." And then after he got done, he was like, "And now I'm done talking to you again." He just dipped
Yeah.
out.
I don't know
I
how
was
you
a
guys
little
do a show as
concerned.
rivals. That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
was listening to Rando, like whenever I was actually listening at the beginning, and I felt like I was like, you were so on edge. Like you were at one point, you're like, T, turn your TV down. I'm like, oh my God.
Kyle stresses out.
He
when you
gets
watch
so
him.
stressed out. He was
gets
so grumpy.
stressed out.
And I got a little
He's like,
snippy
turn your
one time.
TV down right now. And I'm like,
Yeah, I got a little snippy with T one time
he's
too.
on
He was talking like a
edge.
foul call or something like that, and I was like, "Stop!" And he was like, "Don't holler at me."
That was like,
I cannot do this.
When I hopped on for the second half of the Louisville Kentucky game, and my TV, I was watching it on live cable, and they were all streaming it because I was in a hotel room. So I was like 20 seconds ahead of everybody else, and I'm just sitting there like trying not to overreact, just so I'm not giving away what's going on.
It was a lot of fun that every time Mikael Brown hit another shot, you would stand up, we'd get a nice little crotch shot. So
Yeah,
Oh my God, I know that was.
It was
so
double painful
It's
for me.
okay.
But that was almost a good omen for you to jump on, because that's when we got to 2 and then we couldn't make a free throw. But
Yeah,
BB, to answer your question, I don't know how we do it either. I was hurt after the Louisville game. We fortunately beat Tennessee, but T just dipped out. Hammer stuck around and let me sing to him a little bit. That was fun. Also a little tidbit.
Oh my God!
Guess who liked my post singing?
The singer
Riley
of the song,
Green.
Right?
Riley Green heard me singing, and this angelic voice drew him to hit the like button.
This man.
I'm just saying.
Lord have mercy.
I might have I'm a very multi-talented individual, and I didn't know I was a singer, but
Let's go.
apparently I can hold a tune. All right. Well, yeah, Tennessee game was another great cup. That was a game where you didn't have to win, but like the whole story of bringing back dinner night would have been completely. It just would have been ruined, right? All the build up to it. We had known about it since Christmas. I think it was Christmas Day or the day before Christmas that Pope dropped the news that was going to happen. You had Stateline doing their whole denim night with the towel, and they were a part of that. The whole 96 team was there, and you could lose. It would still suck. If you would have gone and dropped an egg and lost by double digits, like BBN would have absolutely come unglued. Instead, Pope does what he does. I think Tennessee's got a problem. We don't have a Tennessee fans on here, but I think Tennessee has a problem sustaining these leads because of how short their rotation is, right? I think these dudes, they rely so much on Gillespie and Amit, and Amit's not built for 35 minutes a game yet, and Gillespie's been doing it all season. I think he's just worn out.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? I don't remember which kid it was from Tennessee, but he had that interview afterwards, and he's like, "Oh, it's
Boswell.
we know we're a
the
we
crybaby.
know we're a better team. Well, maybe don't lose 2 games, bud. Like,
yeah.
So
after having double-digit leads,
you can know it all you want. The only one thing counts.
The wins and loss records, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now, to your point about them giving up a lead, so they were playing Mississippi State, I think it was last night, and they had them down by 18, and Mississippi State came back within 4 in the second half to Tennessee, which should not happen because Mississippi State is terrible.
I wouldn't say they're terrible, but
they're pretty bad, but
I mean, what are they in the net?
Okay, they're not terrible. They're just bad.
They're 3-8.
Mediocre.
In
Highly
SEC play.
mediocre.
Yeah, and Kentucky's 3 shots away from also being 3-8 in SEC play. But
he's not wrong.
I mean, there's a very fine line. I don't think there's
no, you're right.
But I think to your point though, it is a fine line, and you got to make those winning plays. And Kentucky's found a way. I mean, like you say, 8 of 9. I'm curious. I have a question for you guys. What now? Given there's still 5 quad 1 games left, including at Florida. What do you think the seed line is here? What do you hope to get for a seed in the tournament for Kentucky? Because I have the team sheets for like 4 teams right here. Kentucky being one of them, and I'm just curious where you think their seed line is going to be, or where you'd hope to be by the end of the year.
I think I'm going to give my very biased opinion on this before you hop in here and give your unrealistic opinion.
No, I'll be realistic, but I want to hear from you.
I think that every year y'all get seeded higher than you should. Every year.
I would
aside from
unbiasedly agree. Yeah.
Aside from like the 2012 like early
2014 we were
the early Calipari years where you were clearly 1 seeds because you had the talent. If you continue to win, number one, I don't think we're in danger of NIT time anymore, which we were all feeling like we were on that boat for a little while this season.
Right.
But in all honesty, I think your floor is probably a 9 seed. And I think realistically, you're probably going to be somewhere in like the 6-ish, 7, probably. unless because you don't have enough quad one wins, I think anyway, to get up past that.
They have enough quad one wins. They just have a lot of quad one losses as well.
Yeah.
They're still 5 If they went 5-0 in the last quad wins and ended 11-6, then probably a 4, maybe a 3 if you push high. But being 27 in the net, I'd agree with what you're saying. Probably is. I have this feeling we're gonna end up playing each other. You guys, Utah State and Kentucky, in some bullshit
I love
8-9
this
game.
so much.
Yeah, I think we have the ability to get to a 4 seed. I think that's probably our
I think
seed.
so.
If we go and beat Florida both times, then maybe you're talking about a 3 seed.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to happen.
And make a run in the tournament in the SEC tournament.
Yeah, make the semis, make day 2, day 3, something like that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Once you get past Friday, the seeding is set. Like we saw it last year that team seeding was set. We got bounced day 2, and we're still a 3 seed. You don't think? Let's talk about this for a second. You don't think we were a deserving 3 seed last year after 8 top 15 wins? I know we had some bad losses.
It was the 11 losses and how they lost.
Exactly. That's you got to measure I mean, again,
losing to Ohio State by 20, losing at Clemson was tough. Ole Miss, the blowout was tough. It's just that's the thing with Pope coach teams sometimes. It's been this way since BYU. Now I'm a big Pope guy. I was like the only guy like rooting for Pope when he first got hired. There's just something about when they lose, they just get their asses kicked, and it just drives me nuts. Like it just feels that way, anyways. Like you lose to Vanderbilt by 6.
Yeah.
We're totally thinking differently, right? Even though they won 8 of 9, right? Yeah. But say they lose by 10, 6 instead of 25, it's a totally different narrative. It's just the way they lose. Sometimes the wheels just fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And was the Vandy game was the first game without Cam, right? And now it's a new rotation.
Sure. Yeah.
So I do think there's some now. Again, I am full on in the boat of like, hey, we are Kentucky and we have a lot of talent. At no point ever should we lose by 20 plus 15.
Like Gonzaga or Michigan State.
Yeah.
Those are those 3 losses. You cut those deficits down in half. The season feels entirely different because they've won 8 of 9 and they're playing for first in the SEC for God's sakes on Saturday. Like it should be.
And look where we are right now.
Yeah,
we have the same exact record after the Tennessee. We have the same exact record, and I think we were lower in the SEC because the SEC was just better at the top end.
Last year.
Auburn was great. Alabama was great. They weren't losing. So now we have a chance to have this. We have the same record, but have it, like you said, have a chance to go play for the number 1 spot. So I do agree that the narrative would be different. It is funny though, looking at it like we're actually in the same spot we were last year, and outside of the blowout losses, we actually are in a better spot because we can play for the number 1 seed on Saturday.
Right.
After
I think
having
the
a
lack
week
of a win at Duke versus Duke, the lack of the Gonzaga win they had last year. I think the wins just the 2 Tennessee wins are great, but they got both those last year. Yeah. There's less of a marquee. They beat Louisville last year as well with Lamont scoring 33 on whatever he shot pretty perfect in the field. Yeah. But there's just
ridiculous.
Yeah. There's just I think because again the quad 1 record 6-6, 2-1 in quad, and then they don't lost in quad 3 or 4. 27 in the net, but I think it's the way that because the net ranks it really weighs margin of deficit and victory a little too heavy in my opinion. But it is what it is. That's what they use, right? So I think that's the toughest part. I'd be curious. The same question because it sounds like a Louisville fan here. Where do you think they'd be seated given things? Because they're 5-6 in quad 1, 5 opportunities left, undefeated in every other quad. So.
Yeah, I honestly, number 1, it comes down to how we do against North Carolina, and then if we can get into the ACC tournament and probably get another win or 2 against the North Carolinas or the Dukes, or potentially like UVA's had a great year this year. That's another game we lost. But we every time we have had a chance, granted a lot of them were without Michael, and but I mean we also did get blown out at Duke with Michael. So hopefully we're kind of turning a corner there. But I realistically, I think even with all that, if we make a run in the tournament and get pick up maybe 2 or 3 more quad 1 wins, I don't know, maybe a 5 seed, maybe a 6 seed.
I'd say a 4 seed. They're 14 in the net right now. I mean,
the net is high. again, and this is just coming from, I guess I'm scarred from past experiences, where I think
Relatable.
it was the last year that we made, so not last year with Kelsey, but the last year we made the tournament with Chris Mack. I think we had like a 5 or a 6 loss record or something like that, and we ended up as like a freaking 9 seed. I mean, even last year, drawing Creighton in the first round, like that was rough.
That's
you know, and that was just not a good matchup for us. So I've seen it happen time and time again. I mean, if we go and we win the ACC tournament, then you know, I
You're
would
pushing
hope that
three
would put
seed
us
at
up
that
there
point.
in a 3, like a 3 seed.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a little work, and we got to win convincingly, like we did this weekend earlier this week against NC State. So we got to get a couple more of those wins.
Right on.
Talk about your game you got coming on up Saturday. We'll just go roll into Louisville.
Yeah, Baylor. I'm not.
What
really,
is that game? I saw that on the schedule. I wrote it down. What the hell is that?
That has been confusing me the entire year since the schedule come out. I have no idea why we're playing an out of conference game in the middle of the conference schedule, but here we are. I
can relate. Utah State's doing the same thing.
What was that post you put? What was that post you put up, Kyle? It was like Scott Drew ever since he turned down Kentucky, and it was a picture of
Billy Gillespie.
Billy Gillespie? Yeah. So I don't know, man. I know, number one, we shot the lights out against NC State. Like, you're not going to come out and shoot the way that we shot the other night. You know, we scored 62 points in the second half after putting up mid-50s in the first half. You know, 118 points, 18 three-pointers. Mike Brown had 10 three-pointers by himself. So I was wrong earlier. So he set the Louisville freshman record. He tied the overall ACC record by Wes Unseld. He tied the school record for three-pointers, and I think, set the ACC freshman record or tied it with Cooper Flagg, one of the two. But I mean, the thing I liked about the game, though, is to the point about like blowing leads and stuff like that. We have had a tendency to get up and then allow teams back in. And Kelsey kept the starters out there. I mean, like our starting 5. He was rotating Conwell and Michael out for 2-3 minute spells, but other than that, the rotation was a lot tighter. And I mean, we were just up and down the court the whole time, and it was like no let up whatsoever. 40+ point win, and Jaywell was talking about it on the side on the commentary, and he's like, Kelsey's trying to prove a point to them that like you need to be able to just put your foot on somebody's neck.
Step on the throat,
what you need to do to, it's like, you want to stop us? Stop us. We're not going to stop playing.
For sure.
Hopefully that attitude translates. I don't think Baylor's a trap game. They have done next to nothing this year.
Listen, it's a landmine of a game. When you scheduled that, I don't think that they thought they'd be as bad as they are, or as down as they've been. But like, they're still capable. I mean, I'm a Utah State guy, right? And we scheduled Memphis. We played Memphis on Saturday in a similar situation at a conference, and they've just turned out to be like dog water. They've still got athletes, but like they're 13 and like 11. So like, it feels very similar to that. It's just
Bradshaw's out there, right?
Bradshaw's in Memphis.
Aaron Bradshaw's out there. Is he getting playing time? I know he got suspended or like fined or something for a little bit, but I don't know how he's been doing.
I don't know. I haven't looked as much. I was going to do a deep dive tonight, but Penny, I don't think he's the most disciplinarian guy. So if there's a way, he'll play.
I'll look it up.
Let me not talk out of both sides of my neck either. I guess they have. I forgot I looked at this earlier. They did play BYU tight. Their last 2 games they played BYU tight, and they played
BYU trash
tight as well. They lost those games by a combined 8 points. But I mean, you also got losses to like Cincinnati, TCU times 2. Like, So I mean, I
think it would be a more marquee.
It's at Baylor.
Oh wait, is it? Oh, I had it as a home game when I wrote it down.
Yeah,
they do have a.
Cameron
I would
Carr.
say elite. Yeah, they do. Carr is nice. I wouldn't say elite home court advantage, but they do have a pretty nice ball. Like that place, that's decent. So, it's a place you got to be prepared to play for sure.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, we granted,
I'd take Louisville
we got blown out at Duke, but like you play places like Duke and like North Carolina.
It's no Duke. I think you beat Baylor by 10. I really do. I think that BYU has one of the worst defenses in the country, and if it wasn't for AJ Devonsta and Rob Wright, they'd be honestly dog water. And I think you beat Baylor by 10 plus. I really do.
Hey, I want you to prepare this take because as a Utah State guy, and you're tied into BYU and you followed Pope, and there was someone who came at me saying that BYU had a massive upgrade when old Kevin Young showed up when Pope left. Hold it up. I want to end the show with that because I pulled the stats and I showed it. Look at the top 25 wins since he's been there, even with the number one recruit in the country getting $7 million a year. So just to stew on that a little bit. I know we're going to end the show with some heat. I want you to.
That is a rant you're not prepared for. Okay.
That's not ready for it. I'm ready for it because I want to hear it because I know I'm going to fully agree with BB on this one.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you. So I'm a big Mark Pope guy. I'll put that out first and foremost. But he is flawed. He's very stubborn. He has some things where he doesn't want to look at certain like I'm just going to tell you the truth. He doesn't want to look at certain analytics. He doesn't like certain things. But he's a damn good coach. Kevin Young is an NBA assistant coach who's never been a head coach, okay? They want to say they upgraded. They were giving Pope little to no NIL money. Pope made 3 times less than Kevin Young does at BYU for his salary and paid about 10 times less they're paying for their team, right? And they're not – look at what – they have A.J. Devonsta, Richie Saunders, and Rob Wright, the third. And first of all, they stole him from Baylor after he signed a contract. Like, good job, buddy. But anyways, point is I don't think they upgraded at all. He has been atrocious when it comes to in-game adjustments. Their defense is one of the worst in the country. Pope's been down 3 starters essentially this season and has them right in the mix. BYU's lost 4 of 5. They barely squeaked out a win at Baylor. I mean, again, admittedly, I'm a BYU hater. Like I'll say it straight up, but I watch all their games because I love a good hate watch, right? So
don't we all?
So I watch every bit of it. I think that they are completely reliant on their payroll. I don't think that they run a single set outside of out of bounds plays or after timeouts plays. It's basically throw it to AJD and let him create off the bounce. I think Pope has done way more. And I know we want to talk about $20 million on the roster. Yeah, well, guess what? Like 15 million of that's injured and not playing. So I mean, you can say that all you want to, but like a lot of it's sitting out with some knee swelling, you know what I mean? Or a shoulder injury. You can say what you want, but they're not playing. Like that's
you just said AB to outer space with that one. He said we're cracking up with his camera off.
I mean, but realistically, that's the truth, right? I mean, knee swelling. You have $7 million that's got a little bit of knee swelling on the sideline, so it's not playing. And so no, the BYU fans love they love a big. It's a lot of cope. If
So that was a Kentucky fan who told me that, by the way.
Yeah, BYU fans like to say that when things are good, but go to cougarboard.com the next time they're in a battle with some team in the Big 12 and tell me they think KY is an upgrade. They didn't like so Pope has a little bit of a problem with having a little bit of word salad in his answers. He kind of spews a little bit. He kind of just makes things a little.
So he's talking all big brain stuff to us.
Yeah, exactly. He kind of mansplains everything a little bit. Doctor explains things, but X's and O's wise, I'd take Pope 10 times out of 10 every day, twice on Sunday over Kevin Young. I absolutely would. Take my bias away. Here's the thing: I hated Mark Pope for a long time. He kicked Utah State's ass for years. Okay, it wasn't like I loved the guy when he was BYU's head coach. But I can see, when he's at Kentucky, I'll cheer for the man. He's not a BYU anymore.
Hi, River.
What's up? No, yeah. So, and I don't know. Like, I didn't dig down deep into Kevin Young's style. Just like, let's just go look at the numbers since he's been there last 2 years, and you just look at when he's played top 25 teams. He can beat up on bad teams, right? Which when you got the talent he has, that's what he does.
But when he plays so many quad teams, 4 games, it blows my mind. Yes.
Yeah.
For the record, I want you to know this. Utah State tried to play them in Salt Lake City in a neutral game, in Logan in a home game, and in Provo. And that's a quad 1 game because Utah State's 23rd in the net. That's a quad 1 game no matter where you play us. And he went on the radio the other day saying, we needed to schedule more quad 1 games. He told us no, and no. He wouldn't play us anywhere. So Good job, KY.
Bad hair.
Well, that's just to go look at it.
You had a good one in Puff.
I agree. And Kevin Young's best friend is the owner of the Phoenix Suns, and that's why he has all the money. And if he doesn't keep winning, I wonder how much of that money is going to keep coming his way, or if he doesn't start winning, I should say. All right, so we talked to Louisville, Baylor. I do think while BB was talking, and you thought Baylor was going to be good that mid-season out of conference game. If you looked at the ACC last year, projecting that it's not going to be great, and then if you're thinking it's going to be the same this year, and you think, hey, let me go get a quad one win, that we can go and boost our resume for a tournament. That's probably why, unfortunately, you can't predict the future. And now they're like, damn, we got to travel to Baylor and put our necks out there, potentially lose against a terrible team. Now, hopefully, it doesn't happen. But
who you kidding? You're hoping it does happen. Get out of here with that.
That's true. That's what I said for you. Yeah, that would.
But I feel you. I mean, they've obviously been a strong program in recent history. Definitely a down year for them, but
they lost every single player off their team. There's not one returning player from last year.
I mean, maybe that was the thinking. I think while the ACC is still not what we're used to the ACC being, it is definitely far improved from the joke of conference that it was last year, where it was basically us and it was Duke and then everybody else, with us being at the top of the everybody else list.
Will they get more bids in the Mountain West this year? They haven't for 3 years.
I mean, I think we probably. Hey, look, I don't know, because it's gonna, we had some teams that I thought were gonna be locks early in the season that I don't know.
We're only gonna get 2 or 3, maybe.
I think we're probably about 5 to 6 locks right now.
For sure. No, it'll be wet. It'll be the ACC will be the Mountain West will get one in Utah State as a lock, and then San Diego State and maybe New Mexico. So you'll get more, but it's just funny that for a while there.
I mean, last year was that was dog water. That was not a good league to be in.
Curious what is going to happen with UNC now that I saw is Caleb Williams that's confirmed. Wilson. I'm sorry, is confirmed.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's done for the year. He's on that JQ train.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate, man. That's
after beating Duke and it happening.
Darren Peterson is also trying to board that train in a hurry.
Darren Peterson drives that train.
Flew like Simpson. And they still got the win though. Came back from down 14 or whatever it was. That was wild. I turned that game off. I was watching it. Turned it off. Turned it back on. Yeah.
That's the thing though. In
the TV.
When you're playing in that building, if you're Kansas playing that building, you're never out of it. I mean, they just early in the season, they were down like 12 with a minute and a half left and came back and won that game. Got to overtime and won. That building is crazy, and you give a little bit of spark, and they have a massive home court advantage.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on the fact that Paige watches the game tracker. Like,
don't bring it up. It's gonna make my blood pressure rise.
Here's the thing, Paige. I don't understand it, but I appreciate it because it's resulting in wins. So like you do
sacrifice. Okay.
Watching and Rando's nasty drawers over there. You guys are on a little streak.
No, Rando's got clean drawers. It's a t-shirt.
Don't talk about my drawers and then say streak. All right.
Yo.
That's wild, Rando. That's wild.
Hey, but he's got a point though.
Sometimes it happens. All right, listen, it's just
you're right. Phrasing.
All right. Kentucky, Florida in Gainesville, top 25 matchup. Paige, how do you feel about the game? I'm nervous. I think our front court's going to be abused, but tell me why Kentucky's going to win this basketball game. Give me some hope, or do you not have any?
You're muted. Oh, okay. Me then her. Got it. Okay.
No, she said I muted. I think she said I muted her. I wasn't.
Yeah, I said you muted me.
Oh,
good job. Good job,
it
Kyle.
It wasn't showing that all.
Good job, Kyle.
Sorry, my bad. I must have.
It's fine.
I don't know. All right.
Now, when we went into Arkansas, I said from the get-go, we're not going to win. Like, I spent my whole day saying, I'm not going to win. So I'm going to try to go into this one thinking the worst. But I don't think I'm going to say that if we lose, it's not going to be as bad as they say it's going to be. I think we're going to run a close race. I think Aberdeen's going to go in and have a game. Hopefully, we'll see. But
Yeah,
of course, we get Captain Clutch coming out, and we have him actually making his shots. And Malachi, I feel like will pull something out. So I say we're either going to win or it'll be a close loss.
So I think
Hopefully.
guard for guard, we can match with Florida.
Mhm.
Boogie Flan's coming on. Lee is hit or miss. Like you give me Otega Owe, you give me Zell, you give me Chandler the way he's been playing over the last month, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I think guard for guard, we're good. Backcourt, not worried. Front court, super worried.
Yes.
Chinulu,
yes.
Condon, these dudes are like legit. And if you remember when we beat them last year, Chinulu got in foul trouble early and didn't play, and most of the second half, and that's when we really were able to stretch a lead out, and and we were able to get offensive rebounds, not get absolutely destroyed on the boards and get beat up in the inside, because he was even handling Amari and he was abusing Brandon Garrison. So I am nervous about the Chinulu Moreno matchup. I'm nervous about the is it Ha or Hawk?
How?
I was whatever. I was close.
Whatever it is.
Like him on with AJ. Yeah, Yelly. I don't know. That front court battle makes me nervous. I think they feed the paint early and often. And if this is maybe the Moreno, like he's had his coming out part, but this is maybe like Moreno on national stage. I can play with the best fives in the country. It was what I'm hoping for. I just don't know if I can expect that right now from the young man.
So the thing with Florida is they score all of their points, most points in the paint. Majority of the points come in the paint. Between Howe, Condon, Chinulu, and then Handlocked sometimes, right? So they shoot a ton of layups. Howe is their leading scorer. But guard-wise, too, I can't pronounce the last name. It's Klavzar. He is their best shooter on the entire squad. And he's been playing really, really well for them. So I think guard-wise, we're okay. We match up well. But, God, Chinulu and Howe especially scares me because Howe moves so well, right? He doesn't like typical post. He cuts, he drives, he also shoots threes. He shoots 34% from three. He's kind of a matchup problem for us.
Do you want my take on it?
Sure.
I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I think that it's more about what Kentucky's going to do. That's at least how when I coach, it's more about what you do. If you rebounding's an effort stat, I don't think that the size is all that big of a deal. If Moreno takes good angles, BG stays within himself, I think they'll be fine. I know they're a good team. Like every team in the SEC is pretty damn good.
BG staying within himself, that's a big ass.
Sure, it can be. You're undefeated when you get to tech or flagrant, though, so keep that in mind. Now Moreno against like when he got kind of abused against Tennessee in the first half of the first game, his angles were just bad. He was swiping the ball over the right, and they were cutting to the left, laying the ball in. Once he stopped doing that, he played pretty good, and he swatted some big shots. I really think team defense, they could if they box out, they rebound well. The guard plays has been Florida fans will tell you it's been a major disappointment. Xavier Lee, they think that he shouldn't even be on the squad. And Boogie Flint, as we all know, is super up and down. I feel pretty good about it. I think it'll be a dogfight, but I think that this team, for whatever reason, actually kind of plays better in situations like this than they do at home. With a big crowd, I think they kind of like being the villain. I think Otega's kind of that guy. He's kind of that villain. And I think the Cats win by 4 or 5. I really do. I don't know why I feel that way. Typically, like I didn't feel good about the Vandy game. I didn't feel good about a couple other things, but like I think they beat Florida. I really do. I think it'll be a shock because it'll be a big upset. In the media's eyes, I guess. But I think they're playing well. They won 8 of 9. Yeah, they got blown out one time, but I think if they can rebound, especially if they can keep Florida off the offensive glass, I think that'll be key.
Yes.
If they can do that, box out, just be fundamentally sound. But focus on what Kentucky does. I'm really not that worried about. They've got some decent shooters. They got some big cats in the paint, but everybody scores in the paint. I mean, just do what you do, and I think they'll be fine. I really do.
I bet that's at least a 6.5, 7.5 point spread when it comes out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that that if you saying we go in there and beat them by 4 or 5, that would be.
I think so.
We have if we leave this. I'm hoping and praying. If we win this game, yes. First thing, rebounding. We got out rebounded by 14 or 15 against Tennessee and still won that game. You're not doing that on the road in Gainesville against Florida. Not happening.
You got to be fundamentally sound. You got to box out. You got to keep them off the glass.
The bunnies that Tennessee missed because they're Okpara and Brown and who's the other dude?
Estrella played. Yeah.
They missed some easy ones around the rim. They've been doing it all season, right? They just that's been Tennessee's MO, and they missed free throws when they needed to. So like we got bailed out some there in that win. And then free throws. Otega Owe can't be a 50%, 60% free throw shooter. He cannot.
That's a great point, actually. I should have thought that. They got to make it free throws.
Yeah, and especially down the stretch where you have Colin, a 90% free throw shooter, go to the line, and Zell, a free throw shooter. Yeah, and they're missing, right? Especially if this is going to be a dogfight and we can get to the free throw line and we're missing front ends of 1-on-1, it's like that's going to be killer. So we have to find a way to rebound, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of BG and Moreno on the court together this game. We've seen flashes of it, and we saw at the end of the Tennessee game, he pulled BG out and put Mo in there to close it out. But for a good 3-4 minute stretch there at the under 8 timeout, it was BG and Moreno. I think we see even more of that to try to match their physicality and their size. But like you said, BB, that's not necessarily a size thing. That is a legit effort thing. And it's not just going to be on the 4s and the 5s to go get rebounds. Like Collins, stick your nose in there. Always stick your nose in there. Like I think you got to legit send at least 4 passes to try to generate second chance points. And at least prevent them from getting second chance points.
Absolutely agree. I think that'll be the key. We'll have to revisit it when it's over because I think that'll be the key. I really do.
I did.
So Whiskey just said it's 11. I think he meant to say 11.5 points. Whiskey, is that confirmed or is that your guess? Because if it's 11.5 point spread, that's wild.
I saw it floating around that it was 11.5.
That's bananas.
I didn't know they dropped it already. Let me pull this up. Dang.
It might be. I mean, you get 3.5 for being at home. So 8.5 on a neutral court. I could see that, I guess, but because Florida's in first, and Kentucky's had some big lopsided losses when they do lose. But I think the sharp money it'll come in on Kentucky if that's the spread. You'll see you'll see that shift. I think
confirms. He says
confirmed 11.5. With a plus
you'll see that shift down
line
before Saturday.
Golly, I wish I could bet on the Cats.
Somebody's gonna get.
No betting on Kentucky, Randall.
I promise you, Kyle. Actually, you know what? Please do.
No.
AB, no.
The only betting I ever do is a
and then we'll be okay.
And
we won't have to deal with the funkiness. So
I'll bet on Louisville and maybe it will.
I'm still his neighbor. I still got to see him every now and then. I ain't trying to smell all that.
Hey, if they win, you got to make some heavy pour gear that says "Keep it funky" or something like that. I don't know.
Hey, look, he's an idea man
for sure.
He's an idea man. Yeah. You know? I think honestly, for y'all, it like when Owe,
change your drawers, not your shirt.
When Owe is
there you go.
And when Owe is not trying to impress the NBA scouts with how well he can shoot the 3-pointer on both ends of the court, y'all play well. And it's contagious. And I feel like it makes your front court play more aggressive. And I
downhill Otega, yep.
Yeah. And I think to BB's point, like I think that translates even into your backcourt with like Chandler and the way he plays. Because Chandler's obviously, just the same way that Otega is. They're both freak athletes. Like they are some ridiculously athletically gifted individuals, but when they just when Chandler's going to hang out behind the 3-point line all game, and just throw it up, like that is not what makes you guys successful. So, but I think if they have a physical presence, that will get Moreno and BG to also have the same thing, and I think that will help you guys out ultimately. Because like BB saying, I agree, dude. It's an effort thing. Like. It's not like you guys are a small team. You know, it's not like you're undersized. You got some big
Yeah.
boys out there. It's just, are they going to play like the dudes that they are, essentially?
Well, I will say Moreno's been playing with physical lately, right? So like when
Yeah,
Akpara came
I
in
agree.
against Tennessee, who's considered to be one of the best shot blockers and defenders in the SEC, he went right at him, right? Like he's getting to where he's comfortable in his size and making the baby hooks in the paint and making someone guard him. So
Which
I
is
think
what
Moreno's.
Kyle's been begging him to do.
I know, I know. So Moreno's definitely coming into that aspect of himself. I think as far as like, hey, I'm 7 foot tall, like I'm athletic, I can do this. It's just how will he handle the physicality with Chinyelu though, right? Because Chinyalu's going to put a body on him. He's going to push him around. He's going to be physical. So how does he respond to that aspect of it? Like especially on the defensive end for him.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
we'll
I
have,
haven't. Sorry,
oh,
Paige, go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe we'll have like a Trent Noah game where, you know, one thing about Trent Noah is he does not care to get in there and get the rebounds. He does not care how big the person is. He does not care how he has to get in there. He'll scrap. So maybe he'll pull it out.
Yeah.
You
No,
never know.
that's a great point, Paige.
He's a big kid. I mean, he's not. He's
During
not
the watch
small.
along, T and Hammer were getting so pissed because they were switching Trent Noah onto Akpar and Estrella, and they're like, "Feed the paint." And I was like, "I think you're underestimating like how stout Trent Noah is, right?
He's
like
not
he
small.
looks like a very he looks like a very bland white, but he's
bland white.
He's 6'4", 6'5", and he's thick. I mean, oh boy's got some. Remember
he's corn fed, all right. He's corn fed.
When
he's Harlan through and through.
When that picture rooted and he switched from South Carolina to Kentucky. Remember the picture he had, and everybody was talking about, like, look at this quads. Like, he's jacked up. He can squat a house, right?
Oh,
so,
yeah,
like,
because he has that Joker tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got the, you know, a full year now of a little strength conditioning. So he is definitely bigger. Now, unfortunately, the boy's got no lateral quickness at all. Like, downhill speed, he's good. He's
not guarding a parking cone though. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But he's scrappy. He'll go after anything.
If you're going to put him on the block and try to back him down, he'll get distance for sure. So that's a good point. And I mean, he had two plays. One was a steal. You know, he got in there and prevented an offensive rebound late in that game. So two big effort plays, and that's what you're going to get from Trent. Like if he starts canning a couple threes, awesome. But the effort, just like Mo Diabate, like you ain't running anything for him really, but he's out there. Creates effort. The ball has energy, right? That's a cliche that every basketball coach is.
No, but you need it though. You need it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have energy. The ball finds you, and you can make some plays. But I am, I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't feel great about it, but those are normally the games where Kentucky comes out and surprises me. But that's I think we all collectively piece together the keys to win if we can. You know, go and beat Florida at home. The front court's got to step up. You got to find a way to get downhill and create resistance or create plays at the rim to put their bigs in foul trouble like we did last year. Make free throws and rebound. And then at the end of the day, you have a shot. And like we have seen as of late in games, if it's close, Kentucky's dudes are pulling it out, right? Pope is coaching, and we're winning these close games, right? And Cameron Mills had a great point in his interview outside of dumping on whatever media member he was talking about. He was saying, like, if you're playing Kentucky, you have to be terrified throughout the entire game. Doesn't matter if you're up 20 or if it's close because we're winning those games. We've had some stinkers, right, Vanny? We've had the ones, and I think in this journey, you had maybe for this team you had to have those, right? You had to have those moments where Pope's punching the whiteboard to be like, this team's like, damn, we are not meeting the standard, right? To kind of wake up a little bit, Colin Chandler and Oweh to remember like where they're at, and you know they're still playing for Kentucky and what the expectations are. But he saying the coach has got to be hollering in the locker room in the huddle of like, it doesn't matter if you're up 10, like mouth, and with 2 minutes left, if it's a 3-point game, you're betting on the Cats to win because outside of Louisville, unfortunately.
Right.
We were a different team back then.
I guess
we had to find our groove.
We're not starting this conversation right now.
My question.
J
My question I
Lo,
was
just
gonna
make a
ask-
free throw. Go ahead, man.
My question I was going to ask you all is I know we've talked a lot this season about Pope and his analytics driven lineups and his playing time for guys and wanting to split that up. I haven't been able to watch the last couple of games, the last handful of games
Mhm.
really. I've caught bits and pieces of them. Do y'all feel like that has shifted to a point where it's now more consistent? He's playing hot hands a little bit more. Uh,
Yeah.
He's been forced to. I don't know if that's how he wants to coach, but he's been. Go ahead. Selena was going to say something, and we'll hit up BB.
Well, I in the second half, it is how it is. In the first half, though, I still feel like sometimes he subs people
He's
out
still
too
feeling
fast.
it out. Yeah.
It's very quick. 4 minutes sub, 4 minutes sub. Sometimes. Second half, though, I feel like he does. If they're hot, he will. Now, the only thing about that is I feel like Chandler stayed out too long in the one game, and then he had to come back and hit that turnaround. Was it?
That was Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yeah. He came
And he
in
was
off
out
the
for
bench.
the last 5 minutes before that. For the most part, though, I feel like second half, yes. First half, sometimes it depends.
Oh, here's my take on it. Like, I know a couple of the guys on the staff that do a lot of the analytics for him. It's kind of like in football. I don't know. I mean, you guys probably know a little bit about with football, where you script a lot of the first 3 drives, right? You script your first 20 plays, whatever. There's a lot of that goes on with the lineups, and you got to keep guys fresh. And a lot of times we don't see. I mean, I know Kentucky. I think they have open practices every day, but I'm not there. I don't see him. But I know that he's a big guy on how you practice is how you're going to play, like how you're going to get minutes in the game and things like that. I know Yelovich had some real practice habit issues at the beginning of the year, and he didn't play a lot. He's been kind of forced into the lineup a little bit due to injury, but I think that what you see in the second, I don't have a problem with the way Pope subs. I know a lot of people don't like it. It's quicker, like you said, Selena, and I can totally understand that. But I know everything he does is for a reason. He's almost too cerebral about it sometimes. Sometimes you need to just ride the vibes, in my opinion. But I'm not coaching the biggest program in college basketball history, so I'm going to go ahead and let the guy that is doing it do it.
You call him stubborn. I think that's the best way to describe him. Like he has faith and belief in what he's doing, and up until the second half of this season, he hasn't really changed it, right?
Yeah, we've made that point multiple times on the show. Is like the analytics are one thing, but at the same time, like you gotta just go with your gut sometimes. And I almost wonder, I almost wonder that, like, Selena, you're talking about a lot of that occurs in the first half, and then not so much in the second half of games. And I mean, we've seen time and time again this year that in the first half, y'all tend to struggle if you are going to struggle, and then you come out and you are a completely different team in the second half of games. And I mean, you're not the only team, that way. I say you're not the only team that's that way. That I feel like that is a larger tendency in college basketball than you see elsewhere.
Yeah.
But because it's runs, it's always runs. But just I don't know, just a thought.
I'd love to see the shooting splits on the first and second half because it's a make or miss game, and I'd love to see how much of it is shot making in the second half versus just not making shots in the first half. Because again, it's just like when I say, and I'm not saying they're not making adjustments at halftime. I think they definitely are. But I also think like Utah State looks like they can beat anybody when they hit their threes, and then they look like they can lose to anybody when they don't, right? Like it's just, are you making? I'll have to do a deep dive on that. I'm really curious now to see what the shot making is in the second half splits.
The shot making is going to go up. What you're going to see is what also goes up is we see so much of the ball sticking in people's hands in the first half.
The assist in the movement. Okay.
There's so much more ball movement. And, in the second half of the Tennessee game and our success as of late has been Colin Chandler is putting in 6 miles a game. This dude is running all over the court. Yeah. To create open. I mean, they're setting multiple screens to get him to run the baseline. I mean, he looks like legacy. I hate to say it, because he's a Duke guy, but like JJ Redick run the floor out there where this dude just doesn't stop,
No, I've been a big Colin Chandler fan since he played high school in Utah. He's the best. Yeah. He's the highest rated recruit out of Utah ever. So he's always been athletic.
Yeah, top 35 recruit.
It's insane. The kid can jump from the foul line. It's nuts for how white and curly his hair is.
I do think Selena is on it where the rotation is extended in the first half, and then you see it drastically shrink in the second half, and he only goes to like Moreno's getting a lot of minutes in the second half, and he's only using BG when he needs to. I do think there is. I think Pope is forced to use his gut and field more because of these injuries, and I'm curious if this is going to change his coaching model in the future because he's finding success with it.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that at all.
In the second half, I think it's a little bit, especially because what making studs who can play 25, 30 minutes and reduce my roster size and put more money into this instead of extending 22 million, if that's really the number, over 12, 13, 14 dudes, right? In the first half, I think a lot of it, and you talk about how great of a coach he is, I believe it too. He is seeing which five is clicking at the moment. And in the second half, he kind of figures it out and he rolls with that. And those dudes are playing with the effort, with the intensity, with the speed, the pace. He's just pace. So I think the first half, he's trying to find who can play with pace, and then he rolls with that, right?
No, I think he's not.
Why did I not? I'm
freezing.
We're all plugging to the Ethernet right now. What is going on?
AT&T, man.
Yeah, it's that Fisher Price internet down in San Diego.
Absolutely.
It might be a Tennessee fans hacking your internet to make you be quiet.
Possibly.
We live in the same neighborhood with the same internet, and somehow it's always Kyle's internet.
I was supposed to have an upgrade, man.
Yeah,
that ticks me off. I'm plugged into the Ethernet right now.
I told you, dude. I tried to send him down there to you like 2 months ago. I was like, yeah, just go visit. But they were like, hey, do you know anybody else who needs an internet upgrade? I said, yeah, my buddy was right back there in the corner. Just going down there. He'd love for you to knock on his door.
Dang, I'm freezing. Maybe I'll unplug this thing.
Nah, you're good now.
You're good, brother.
You're fine now.
Yeah, it's just like little bits every now and then.
Little jitters here and there, you know.
Well, my favorite was when I got caught with my mouth open for like 45 seconds. That was a lot of fun. And I'm trying to figure out why y'all are laughing. I'm like, I'm talking, y'all are laughing. Nothing I'm saying is funny right now. Why are you laughing?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Well,
all right.
I do want to.
Well, let's hit editions. Oh, go ahead, Paige. I'm sorry. Go.
I was just gonna say, we've all seen the rumor floating around. I just wanted your all's thoughts on the rumor about JQ playing.
He's done for the season. No shot.
He's done.
Hope
said today his time turn is not anytime soon.
He took 2 steps on the court, that knee swole up like a drum, and he's done. So
that's what I thought. I thought for sure he was done. And then, rumors started going around Twitter. It was like, oh, is he playing? Is he, I heard he's playing.
There's a better chance of Jalen Lowe coming back this year than there is of JQ. I mean, that's not a joke either. There's a shot, an outside one, but still.
There's Liam.
I think there's I do think they're coming back with that foot healing up.
March.
I don't know. Like I get through the through the SEC tournament, maybe he plays. And I'm not Cam Williams again. There's something to be said about the first dude Pope goes out and gets, right? It was Amari last year. It was Cam. It was Cam this year. So like, there's something special about Cam. But this team really started figuring out once they knew all these pieces weren't coming back. Like I truly believe there was a change in the locker room and the change in the coaching where it's like, hey, you can't just sit there and tell the media when we get our point guard back, we're going to be fine. When we get our monster demon potential lottery pick, we're going to be fine. No, these are gone, right? And the same thing with Cam. It's like, do at that point, is it worth trying to integrate him into the game? Do you even put him out there? Because remember, he didn't do well at the beginning. It took him some time to get some rhythm. So like, do you throw him out there? Yeah. Do you throw him out there? And
if it's JQ, you put him back out there. But I don't think. I mean, it'd be tough. I don't. Yeah, that's a great point. I don't see it because the chemistry's been. Once it was like this is who we got to ride with. It's been 8 or 9.
Yeah.
It's been really.
And you know what, BB, this is a not popular take. I don't know if JQ came back, I would want to throw him out there.
He's in spurts, right? Like you don't win the St. John's game without him.
Correct. That was the only really great game he's had. He's been
because
maybe it's
he had no stamina. He hadn't played in a year, and he's now he turned 18, I think now. He's a young kid. And he's pretty early off that ACL, and he's got millions and millions of dollars at stake. So I would be stunned if he plays another minute for Kentucky. It would almost be silly to play, right? I mean, even if you're making the money, say he has to give back, say they even in a perfect world they made him give back all the NIL money, he's got way more to lose, risking his top 15 draft status in next year's NBA draft to come back and play. I just don't see it. If he say he was healthy and he wanted to play, I doubt his camp would let him, but say he did, I still think a guy like that in the middle gives you good 10, 15 minutes in the NCAA tournament. That's just a demon on the court. Like he defensively, I can
get with that. And I said that out in a tweet. I was like, if JQ comes back, there should be no expectation of him getting 25 minutes a game. It should be 10, 15 minutes. You come in there, change the game for a minute, and then, you
give him the middle 8 in the last 4, something like that.
Throw him a change a little bit. Throw him a change, and then you're good. Because are you really, the way Moreno's playing right now, are you really reducing Moreno's minutes drastically just to throw JQ out there?
No, you throw JQ to spell him a little bit if you have a healthy JQ that can put up. Yeah, no, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
But I think we're talking hypotheticals that aren't going to happen because I don't think he's coming back.
Agreed. Now another, I think, not wildly popular take, or people will probably clown me for it. Him not playing, I think, is going to hurt his draft stock. He's still going to go and he's going to get drafted. But you look at what this draft class is, and I hate to listen to a JQ conversation now, but like he's a cat.
Sorry.
And no, it's a good point. It's just, we're talking about a guy who's probably not going to play again. But looking into his future, look at all the freshmen that are coming out of this class, absolute studs, right? And when you talk about dudes who are playing that 4 or 5 spot, JQ's very limited what he can do offensively. He's a demon, absolute menace on defense, right? Yeah. And he's always going to be special there. He's naturally gifted. Shot blocking is not size; it's instinct, right? He's got great instinct to go. And you saw when he did play, he can go out there and guard a guard, step for step. And even when he gets beat, he's got the length to go out and recover. But the NBA is offensively driven, right? Like Koa Pete is probably the top 3 for player of the year. And he's probably going to be the 6th, 7th drafted just because you're going to take the guards. You're going to, you very well could take AJ. You're going to take AJ first. You're probably going to take Darren before him.
No, we take Peterson before him, but I'm biased.
Well, no, I'm saying one of those two, Darren Peterson or AJ, are going first.
I just think Peterson just busted his ass like 3 days ago.
I agree. Koa Pete's special, but I don't think it translates to the NBA. You take Boozer before you take Koa Pete.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if you see Mikel Brown and I wouldn't be surprised if you see Mikel Brown and dude from Arkansas. Good Lord.
Acuff.
Acuff go before him. So like I'm just stacking all these freshmen up, and then you get to the back end of the lottery. He came here thinking he was going to be a top 5, top 10 pick. He's going to get drafted in the first round because the NBA drafts off potential. But him not playing atop of the narrative being that it's a knee issue and he's 17, 18 years old and he didn't recover from an ACL, which isn't the same injury it was in 2005 or 2006. It's 2026. Right. 9 months later, these dudes are out there on the NFL field playing. So I am very curious to see what his draft stock is at the end of the season if he does not play. Yeah. Because he didn't show you a lot this year. He didn't.
I think there's a couple, like Paul George at Fresno State. I watched him get his ass whipped at Utah State 3 times and still go number 9. I think the kid's young enough. He's being. I think Pope's spinning a bit of a narrative to take care of his guy. I think he could play. I really do. I don't. The knee soreness, it's probably going to be a little sore. You haven't played on it in 9 months. Probably, yeah. But I think his biggest thing he has going for him is he's so young. And he has that potential. Like you said, the NBA drafted based on potential. I bet he goes somewhere in the 12 to 15 range. He still lands in the lottery. Still gets that big payday for a rookie. But it's an exceptional rookie class, that's for sure.
If we want to put a friendly bet, I think he falls out of the lottery. I do.
All right, hamburgers on whoever loses. How about that? I bet he falls in the top.
No, we do bourbon. Come on, man.
Okay, well, all right, fair enough.
I think it's just such this freshman class is just so well, not freshman class, but this draft class, we'll say, is just very stock. Like they're
It's
so stacked
The deepest
this
has been a
year
long
that
time.
It's
yeah.
stacked.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
even last year he probably could have been up there, higher.
He
But
was,
this
what,
year there's
Fred's
just
top
so
5
much
last year,
talent.
though, right?
Yeah, the talent this year is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just
He
think
was-
his
It is.
potential
It's-
blows out some of the potential is going to win out over performance. Like look at, and I'm not saying it's right, but like look at the NBA. They drafted
draft out potential.
Anthony Bennett #1
Yep.
1 year. I mean, for God's sake. I mean, no,
Yeah.
genuine. What I'm
I
saying
know,
is
but
like,
they run it up because everyone's like, "What? Why did they do that?"
I think my biggest criticism on him, and again, I love Jake. Like I was wanting him to be the lottery pick that Pope can't recruit. Right? I think it was a learning lesson for Pope, and like, hey, we spent a lot of money on this dude that wasn't guaranteed to play. We're probably not going to do that again. But it was a big swing, and I don't blame him for taking it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to change the narrative like some Kentucky fans or college basketball, folks are like,
No, for
Pope
sure.
is such an idiot for doing this. Like, no, it was a big swing. It was worth it. Unfortunately, he struck out. But you talk about potential. My biggest criticism on the NBA, when's the true can't shoot, can't stretch the floor 5 outside of old boy from Purdue? Is he at Memphis right now?
Edie, yeah,
Edie? Yeah. So like, he's a big old son of a gun. Yao Ming X. You just throw him the ball, like he's big. But your 4s and 5s have to be able to create offensively and shoot the ball. That is not JQ. He's around the rim, right? So I just don't know the game right now. You take me back 15 years. JQ's probably
2006.
going in the
This
top
kid's
5.
going crazy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
Yeah.
not that anymore. So
Right.
the fact that he, came here, he didn't get high usage, knee or whatever other reason. I wouldn't be surprised if he falls out of the lottery. And
We shall see.
you
could be totally right.
now, where back to college for another year would be like massive for him, but that's not going to happen because there's no like long-term look at the game, right? I'm going to go get my money now and get drafted because that's just how it's going to go.
And
but
hey, maybe you can just come back because that's what the rules say now these days. So
Yeah, you can go test it out and then just come back with his eligibility.
All right, well, let's go through some predictions. I was going to let AB go first and give me his Louisville Baylor prediction.
Sorry, I'm getting tripped. Yeah, I'm just having to go back and forth on my phone instead of the computer right now. Sorry, I'm super professional. In case you haven't noticed, in all the podcasts I ever did together.
That's the MO of our show, man.
Yeah. Just because I'm not here, it means I'm not here. So this weekend, man. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I would like to think it's not a trap game. I think we go on the road, get a win. I'd like to see it be by 10 plus points. I mean, they're 11 and 13. I think we've finally started to turn a corner with the rotation. I think Mikel's finally starting to get back into a rhythm, and as he goes, so do we. So if he can start shooting the ball a little bit more consistently, open up the floor to be able to start driving, kicking it out to people, when he plays well and he moves the ball well, we play well, and I think we really kind of clicked with some defensive intensity that I think has really been missing for us for the past month or so against NC State. So I think we keep it going, get the win. We really need to get through these next couple of weeks. We've got a couple big games coming up, North Carolina and Clemson, so we got to keep an eye on one game at a time and not fall into any traps, but I think we get it done.
Yeah, I don't see this game. I don't
20.
see this game being a loss. Yeah, I don't see this game being a loss. Coming out and being close early. First half it's close. You guys coming off a big win, feeling yourself. Baylor's not great, but you're playing, on the road down there in Waco. But I think you stretch this thing out. Now that being said, you've seen it before, and I'm truly not hoping this for you. I'm not. If it happens, I will enjoy it, but I'm not hoping it for you. The offense that Louisville runs, you live by 3, die by 3. And if you go on the road and you start missing early, and that thing gets out of control, it's dangerous. We mentioned you don't think you're going to keep shooting at the same spot you did at home against NC State, but y'all better know you're going to keep jacking them up regardless.
Yeah, I mean we are. The other thing that we've done better over the last course of the last week or so, outside of the Duke game, is actually drive the ball. We've gotten some considerable points in the paint compared to what we have been getting this season. So hopefully we keep that going too, because we got to work. We're best when we work inside out. So we'll see how that goes. But
Whiskey's in the chat calling the upset. He is a Kentucky fan though, so there might be a little biased opinion. All right, let's go. Paige, what's your prediction for Florida? Give me your score. You said it's gonna be tight, maybe a win. Which way are you gonna lean?
I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm gonna say we're gonna win 84-80. Denzel's gonna have to be MVP. He's gonna have a game. Pope says the brighter the lights, the better he plays. So
Pope did say that. He did say that. So
I would love a 25, 30-point game from Zell and just dunk on Todd Golden. Weirdo. All right.
Oh, creep.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's a creep.
BB, what you got?
I was about to say almost the exact same score. I wrote it down. I said 86-80. Cats win. Probably, down 6 or 7.5. Keep it within 10. Make a run. Hit a few timely shots. I think they pull it out. They seem to like that villain role. I'm telling you. So I think that they go and do it again. I mean, if Arkansas didn't intimidate them, I don't think the Florida home court's going to intimidate them at all.
No, I don't think so either.
Selena, talk to me.
I do think the score is going to be higher than that. I think this will be a pretty high scoring game just because.
Hope not.
Huh?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I do think it will be a high scoring game. You got to think this Florida team did hang 100 and something on Bama, right?
Bama's ass though.
They beat our ass. You're right.
At the beginning of the year, before we knew who we were.
No, I think we're looking at probably like the 90 to 86 range. I do
win. You traitor.
No, I think Cats win because I think I'm with Paige. I think Zell's gonna go off. If he left Florida because they wouldn't pay him, right? That was why he left. They would not pay him the money. They didn't respect him. Well, but they also didn't respect what he was for them already. And I think, as Pope said,
but they wish they had him over Xavier Lee.
Well, that's why he's on our team now.
Right.
But I think Zell's going to go off. And I think Moreno's going to have a good game too. I think Moreno's. I can see him having a double-double in this game.
He'll need one.
I know he does need one. I see him have like 14-10, 14-11 right now. So Cats win.
It's going to be the game to put hair on his chest,
I like
he grows that chest hair.
Put your big boy.
So I have a different feeling about this game. I think if we win, which I can't ever predict a Kentucky loss. If you're on the show or watch it, you know it to be true. Yeah, I can't do it. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. Both these teams are only allowing 71 points a game. I think if we win this game, we really muck it up, right? We get in there and it's a low scoring game. We muck it up. They can't move their offense freely. I told you that I was nervous about their front court, but their front court, gets in foul trouble. They can't score in the paint. We're able to come out there and play with the physicality that we've been seeing as of late. We've been praying for since the beginning of the season. Let me throw some stats out at you. So, one, ESPN Analytics, which is ass in and of itself, but gives Florida 80% chance to win. Okay,
we'll see.
Every stat down the line: field goal percentage, points against, steals, blocks, assists. All of them are damn near even, like decimal point difference. Florida, 37 for Kentucky. Staying near a 10 rebound difference. So we have to get that. I think we do if we win. I'm going to say we do. And we don't allow second chance points, which Florida is able to do. And that's why they score so much. So we win the game 76-72. It's a close ball game. We have to have a defensive stance to close it out late. We do it. Otega Oweh does what he does and puts Boogie Flan in handcuffs, and we win the ball game.
I don't hate
Book it.
I don't hate it.
Book it.
Don't book
it.
Yeah.
Whiskey says 79-77 Kentucky. Everybody's on the Zell game. I love it. I would love nothing more of Zell to have his moment against his former team, and again walk up there and tell Todd Golden what he feels about him.
I think we should just tell Brendan Garrison that we're playing Oklahoma. Just don't tell him anything different. Just tell him we're playing Oklahoma, so then he just goes up there and does his thing.
That would be nice.
Because nobody plays a rival like Brendan Garrison.
That is true. I don't know. There's potential. One of our guards going to have to be special for us to win the game. Maybe it's Zell. Otega Oweh, 17, 20 points. You can just probably guarantee that one in this game. The way he's been playing late, like true SEC Player of the Year finalist. I do think we're going to see even splits, though, if we win. Like, we're going to see Mo with 8, Moreno with 12, Garrison with 8, Zell with 6 to 9. Like, it's going to be evenly split around. Like, it's going to be fair share. Our assist ratio is going to be up. I think that's massive in this game, ball movement. So I do think it's, spread out. We don't have these players anyway. We're not going to have a Mikal-Conwell combo but we have one or two of the guards special, and everybody else is just supplemental, where we each see them either at double digits or close to it, and that's how we close out the game. But none of it matters if we can't rebound a damn basketball. So fight on the boards, even split. This thing's even, we win the ball game. All right? I think we're going to be square. But Paige, BB, I appreciate you joining us, filling in for our Tennessee folk. Hammer's on date night with Miss Hammer. And then T is traveling, take care of some family stuff. Thanks for filling in.
Prayers up to the Tennessee fans. I feel it. It's tough. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
AB, thanks for joining, man. I will.
Man.
Most likely see you this. We got Monday off. Let's go. Super excited about that.
We're good.
Yeah, buddy.
You got to work tomorrow. That's sad. I don't.
I'm off till Tuesday, so.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
All right.
Well, I've got to work tomorrow, but then I'm off.
I'll be at work Tuesday, but being off Monday means I get to enjoy a bourbon on Sunday night. So it's not a school night. I can extend it throughout the weekend. Yes, sir. All right. Well, as always, thanks for joining. Oh, Stateline, AllUKBall 25. Go get your stuff. The denim, you have one more night to go get. If you want a denim exclusive hat, celebrate the night. Dunking on Tennessee. Go get it. AllUKBall 25. And then, as always, the Bluegrass Elite dude is clutch. Heavy Pour 15. You can go to the website under the collaboration. You click Heavy Pour. We also have the denim. We'll probably keep that running until the end of the season. You can go get your gear there. The Stateline Co. website, bluegrass-elite.com. Use the codes. Go get you some stuff. It gets you in like 2 days. You can't beat it. But as always, go Cats.
Go Cats.
Go Cats.
You can say go Aggies. Go ahead, baby.
Go Aggies. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.